Toyota, actually. Well, it shows how much I know about Japanese cars. I know nothing about Japanese cars. And you know what? I'm pleased about that. So, I don't mean to insult people with Japanese cars. They're really well made and reliable. Let's carry on. Yeah, so he's a Toyota and he's a police car and he really has a problem. He likes to sit down. Okay, so what do we got here? Zigzag. He's got big foot syndrome. Good grief, man. He could never fall over, could he? You could have, I don't know, some sort of tornado or hurricane. He'd still stand up. He's alright, look. And I think he's a 240 or 260Z Nissan Datsun 240Z. My grandfather had one of them, actually. Nice car. Actually, one of the cars that classic Japanese cars I would actually quite like to have. But I don't, so. The closest thing I've got is this. It's alright. It's not a bad little toy. As I said, they're all die cast, these guys, so they've got a bit of weight to them, so at least they've got a bit of substance, you know? They're not plastic and crappy. Alright, the last one. Mercedes. Now, I think this one's called Ruby, or something like that. Get back up. I think it's called Ruby. I know it sounds bizarre name, doesn't it? You know, I got some reasons why I think they would have named it Ruby, because it's a Mercedes, and I'll say no more, because I'll probably get some hate mail or something. And if you don't know what I mean, fine, that's all the better. It's alright, the toy's quite nice. Big foot syndrome. Other than that, it's alright, and as I said, the head is used it? Is that a real word? Should look like in a dictionary, really, used. Or I've created a new one. Well, I'm copywriting that later. Okay, this part is used for the combining as the other ones here. Get off, crossword here. It has the hands in the bottom of the car. So you can't lose it. You'd have to lose the whole damn toy. Now, shall we combine him? Yes. Right, back again. I must apologise for looking so scrappy tonight. I've had a long day. Yes, I did have to work on a Sunday. So, sorry about that. But you know what? I was kind of bored when I got in. Why am I telling you this? Right, now here is the Puzzler. And you know what? It's got a lot of weight and it's kind of nice. I think I've put it together right. It's got a lot of issues, i.e. the arms, literally, you see here, okay look, there is no real socket for it to attach to, so you push it in here, this bit of plastic, and it just sort of like hangs there. It doesn't really hold itself in place and it just sort of like wobbles around a bit. And, you know, this is a common problem, I think, with them. The legs just don't hold in straight. Look, they'll just fall out again. So as long as he's standing up, you're alright. But the second you take him off and try and use him for anything other than posing, as it were, you've got issues and problems. See, look, I wasn't even moving it and his arm's fallen off. Okay, look, bottom line, is it a good toy? Well, you know what? It isn't actually bad. If you compare it to some early G1 toys, let me just take one here for instance. Menacer being the obvious one of choice because he's another vehicle transformer. Very similar in size and very similar in posability, i.e. none. But Menacer has a good reputation. This guy has no reputation whatsoever, other than the fact he's affiliated with GOBOTS. But you know what I've got to say? That didn't happen. You know what I've got to say? I kind of like it. It's a nice toy. I'm not quite sure how hard it is to come... Would I stop doing that? I'm sorry. I'm not quite sure how hard this guy is to come by, but... Can I just tell you, he's worth picking up. It's a great little toy. I say little. It's a great lot of 6 little toys made into an okay sized toy. It's definitely worth picking up. If for nothing else, if nothing else for nostalgic purposes, because it reminds you of a time when children had toys. Now, Transformers have always been a collector's item as far as I'm concerned. GoBots, I think, were made for children to play with, because if you get hold of a Transformer, they've got so many bits, so many accessories, and they're so delicate. You know they're going to break, don't you? But GoBots, I felt a little bit more robust. Not quite as articulately looking, not quite as posable, but robust nonetheless. And they had very small amount of accessories to lose, so even if you lost whatever it was it come with, you could still use it for something. Unlike the original Transformers, where you lost the bits, bollocks, you got nothing. You got this piece of crap which can't transform into robot mode or vehicle mode because you've lost all the bits. This guy, and GoBots in general, I think bridge the line so that you could collect them later on, but children could play with them. Transformers, you can't do that. So, can I recommend, if you can get a chance to pick this guy up, do yourselves a favour, okay? Right, so that's me, that's Starscream. Hope that was of some interest to people, and forgive my word whispers this evening. I've had a really long day. I shouldn't really be working on Sundays because it's not fair, but I have, so can't really argue with that. Okay, guys, gonna do my next part 2 of my top 10 Halloween films and horror films, and I will put a big notice saying I'm going to give the endings away before I do it, so if you watch it, be prepared because I give the endings away. Alright, Starscream saying take care and see you out there.